The Best New Artist curse is a bit of a joke, meme, or claim made by fans to insinuate once an artist is given this award at the Grammy ceremony that their fame has officially hit its peak, and it's essentially all downhill from there. Now, is there any merit to this? Surely some artists have won this award and still maintained relevant success. I'll leave it to you in the comments to see what artists have still prevailed after winning this award. Because we can't be too sure about our newest winners, Dua Lipa, Billie Eilish, Meghan Thee Stallion, or Olivia Rodrigo. Those things only come with time. But this video will focus on those who have won the award, and seemingly fell off the map or tumbled from the heights they found themselves at. We'll also try to decipher if they actually did fall from their peak of fame, or if they're still going strong. Now, whether you like these artists or not is up to you. This video isn't meant to imply their music is bad or they don't deserve their success, but more to analyze how these specific winners' careers went after their win. Many artists don't have huge mainstream numbers, but can still sell out big shows, and the opposite is true. We'll be looking chronologically at Christina Aguilera, Carrie Underwood, Macklemore and Ryan Lewis, Sam Smith, and Meghan Trainor in this video. Other winners include Fun and Maroon 5, who have extensive videos dedicated to them already. While Meghan Trainor does as well, I think her case is still very interesting to talk about. As we continue, let me know in the comments if you think this alleged Best New Artist curse is just a giant joke, or if these coincidences could mean something. Now, let's see if these artists got cursed right now on Pop Dissected. In 2000, Christina Aguilera was awarded Best New Artist. Being a super influential teen idol who helped contribute to the Latin explosion with her second album, and being credited as pushing forward the Good Girl Gone Bad transition with Stripped, it seemed she had a long road ahead of her. The way she's navigated her career has been seen by some as the modern blueprint that many pop stars follow. She was killing it until Bionic came along, which I've discussed on this channel. After being described as outdated, compared to Lady Gaga, an experimental mess, and a destructive change of direction, Christina never really recovered. Though retrospectively the album has been looked at differently, the damage was done. Her succeeding efforts yielded minimal success with the album's singles reaching the point of not charting at all. With available data, we can see her tours even slowly dwindled in attendance. Recently, she's released another Spanish EP, and plans for her 9th album to go back to her style she found on her second record. So this may bode well for her. Was Christina a victim of this alleged curse? I'd say so, and it took about a decade before it hit her. Nonetheless, she will always have her icon status and monumental impact. Carrie Underwood is one of the biggest names in country music, and won Best New Artist in 2007. She is widely regarded then and now as one of the biggest voices and most influential ones within country music. And believe it or not, she is the most awarded country artist of all time, right ahead of Garth Brooks, Taylor Swift, and Dolly Parton. So how did Carrie's career proceed after her win? Well, it's no secret on more specific charts, such as the country charts, she will always have longevity. But her numbers see an ever so subtle decline on these charts within recent years. Her most recent efforts, a Christmas album and a Christian album, didn't seem to land on 2 feet, but given those are more niche subgenres, it's understandable. Her upcoming album, Denim and Rhinestones, will surely give us confirmation on the so-called stability of her career. Did the curse get Carrie Underwood? I would honestly say no. Country isn't really a niche genre, but it has a dedicated fan base that will always be honed in on. Country isn't catered as much to the masses, and given Carrie is now only just seeing her numbers get shaky, I'd say she's doing quite alright for herself. The 2014 recipients of Best New Artist were Macklemore and Ryan Lewis, and shortly after this win, the duo decided to part ways in order to pursue their own creative ventures. However, they have announced they may have a project coming up. Their success waned a bit on their second record, but I think this is a case of artists who had songs that were far too big for their own good, and anything preceding it would not live up to their big hits. Did the alleged curse get the duo? Honestly, I would say no. They had a sophomore slump, which can be typical for a lot of artists, but since they elected to part ways and put their career on hiatus, we don't have enough information to say if the curse got them. As with Carrie Underwood, this potential upcoming effort will be our telltale sign. Just a year later in 2015, Sam Smith won Best New Artist. Now, they are under Capitol, which, like many records, has dried up a lot of their big breadwinners. Sam Smith was one of a kind when they burst onto the scene. Even looking at all their singles, they're still finding moderate success with their songs, particularly in the United Kingdom, obviously. But with their last album not being critically favored compared to their earlier work, and being a victim of the pandemic delay, we can't be too sure. Sam Smith is still a relatively new artist, so to speak, but even with moderate charting, their recent tracks and sales have shown a sharp decline. Were they a victim of the Best New Artist curse? This is a tough one, as I'm inclined to say yes, but given the extenuating circumstances, I'm very much on the fence. Before we get into a few artists who I think beat this alleged curse, let's talk about Meghan Trainor. Just as quickly as Meghan rose to stardom, she tumbled out of the public eye. Charts clearly reflect this, though she has signed an overall deal with NBC to star in a comedy series, so it seems she's branching out to new territory, which is awesome. The case of Meghan Trainor is one that doesn't have one direct answer. Some were tired of her repetitive messaging, others felt she was hypocritical, some just didn't like her. Meghan is probably the best example of this so-called curse at play, as she won the award in 2016 and was already on her way out of immense stardom. Again, when listing all these artists, I'm not trying to belittle them or say they aren't talented, but see if there's any merit to this Best New Artist curse through all its odd coincidences and happenings. And again, this is just speculation and it's for fun. It's not meant to be taken super seriously, because we can't say if an artist is over just because they don't have the same success anymore. And we can't say they didn't have their impact in society. The industry shifts and evolves constantly, and perhaps these artists were victims of that or their label. So moving on to a few artists who have won this award and seem to still be doing very well for themselves. Alicia Keys won Best New Artist in 2002, and while her numbers have dwindled, her amount of philanthropy and legacy within the industry really proves that she overcame this ever-changing conglomerate to find other avenues of success. Now, Maroon 5 received this award in 2005, and despite how I've discussed their career evolution and some issues that may have arisen, they're still going very strong, even if their last effort wasn't received that well. Could that be the beginning? I'm not sure. Adele brought home this award in 2009, and though her 30 era by some has been seen as messy and a downgrade from her previous work, I have no doubt she will continue to be a powerhouse and won't have any trouble finding her audience or her listeners. Now, I can't go into every artist who has won this award and whether it impacted them or not, and I did decide to focus on more recent artists. To close this out, is the Best New Artist curse just a big hoax? Is it merely coincidental, or is there something else going on we don't know about? What artists that weren't mentioned would you like to talk about? Let me know down in the comments. Thank you so much for watching, everybody. If you enjoyed today's video, please be sure to drop a like and subscribe to get more future content on all your favorite pop stars. And if you'd like to help decide future video topics and get special comment and name badges, I'd love to have you as a channel member. I'll see y'all next time.